truth about success isn't hidden in some distant vault guarded by luck or circumstance. It is carved day by day in the stone of your choices. Picture Abraham Lincoln, a rail splitter who wrestled failure after failure until he rose to lead a fractured nation. Imagine Henry Ford, whose first quadricycle barely crawled before collapsing, yet he persisted until the Model T rolled off the production line and reshaped the world's roads. Success isn't a spark, it is the steady flame you kindle in the damp wood of adversity. It begins in the heart, ignites in the mind, and erupts in actions that echo through history. Your mind is the forge where this flame must burn first. Every thought is a hammer strike, shaping the iron of your beliefs. If you hammer in self-doubt, "I'm not ready, I'm not enough," you weaken the metal before the fire even heats it. But when you pound in conviction, "I will learn, I will grow, I will succeed," you temper your spirit into unbreakable steel. Consider Walt Disney, who faced mockery for his cartoon mice, yet his mind burned with belief. He saw magic in pencils and paper, transforming simple sketches into kingdoms where laughter triumphed over despair. Your forge glows each morning. The alarm's first ring is the bell in your foundry, calling you to stoke the coals of intention. Belief is the molten core beneath every triumph. Thomas Edison tested thousands of materials for his incandescent bulb, each failure searing belief deeper, not eroding it. He understood that each broken filament was data, not defeat. Belief is the lens that makes tiny sparks into blazing breakthroughs. In everyday life, belief whispers as you pick up a blank notebook and vow to fill it with ideas, or as you dial the number of a mentor who seems unreachable. That whisper gains volume when you nurture it, reading biographies of pioneers, reciting affirmations in the mirror, visualizing your success as if it's already real. Belief demands action. It will not rest on mere hope. Clarity transforms that molten belief into a blueprint. Without clarity, dreams drift like clouds without rain, beautiful but powerless. Define your success with exactness. The revenue you'll earn, the projects you'll complete, the person you will help, the skill you will master. Write it on paper stained by coffee and ambition. Read it at dawn, commit it at dusk. When clarity anchors your purpose, every decision aligns. Choosing one book over another, investing time in one skill rather than getting lost in endless inspiration videos. Clarity is the architect's ruler, ensuring that every step you take builds something tangible. Vision is the grand design sketched atop that blueprint. It is the panoramic view, hundreds of employees thriving under your leadership, millions of readers influenced by your words, a ripple of impact spreading across continents. Walt Disney sketched not just cartoons, but entire worlds, castles, theme parks, streaming services decades before anyone had heard the term streaming. Your vision need not be so vast, but it must be vivid. Allow yourself the luxury of dreaming beyond convenience. Picture the sound of applause, the thank you notes, the sparkle in a child's eye when your work lifts them. That image floods your bloodstream with purpose. Purpose is the drumbeat that drives you when the crowds vanish. When your first video garners a handful of views or your initial sales pipeline goes cold, purpose remains. It is why you rose at 5 a.m. to draft scripts in a dim room, why you return to the blank page after crumpling a dozen failed attempts. Purpose connects your success to something greater than ego. It might be freeing families from debt, sparking creativity in another generation, or proving to yourself that limitations exist only in the mind. Purpose gives every sunrise meaning. You don't chase success, you serve a mission. Discipline is the steadfast partner of purpose. Jim Rohn once said that it is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. You will never cross that bridge if you dodge its planks. Discipline is waking up before dawn, even when your pillow whispers sweet comfort. It is drafting one more outline, making one extra sales call, pushing through the last 5 reps when your muscles burn. In everyday terms, discipline is choosing oatmeal over donuts when you crave sugar. reading a chapter of a book instead of mindlessly scrolling, showing up to practice when your team counts on you, even if the weather outside is perfect for staying home. Discipline is the unglamorous labor that reveals its worth only in hindsight. Action is the pulse in success's body. Without action, mindset remains a silent workshop. Belief a private vision. Clarity a filed drawing. Discipline a promise never kept. Andrew Carnegie began with a single steel mill and built an empire only by deploying workers, raw materials, and relentless schedules. Action is the phone call you fear, the blog post you publish despite imposter syndrome, the conversation you initiate at a networking event rather than hiding in the crowd. Action is not reckless, it is calculated courage. It leaps forward with preparation in hand and the willingness to recalibrate when the ground shifts beneath your feet. Gratitude is the lens that magnifies every victory, no matter how small. Success can breed entitlement if untempered by appreciation. Yet a grateful heart sees opportunity where others see obstacles. Every morning, list 3 things that went well. Your health, a supportive friend, a valuable lesson learned. Gratitude doesn't demand perfection, it demands presence. It tints your view of challenges as invitations rather than punishments. It honors the mentors who whispered truths in your ear, the colleagues who lent a hand, the setbacks that taught you more than any triumph. Adaptability is the architect's agility in a changing world. Markets shift, technologies explode onto the scene, pandemics rearrange daily life. The leaders who survive and thrive are those who pivot without panic. Henry Ford adapted assembly line techniques when he realized bespoke autos would never satisfy mass demand. Disney adapted animation techniques, expanded into television, and later into digital platforms. Your adaptability shows not when things run smoothly, but when disruption strikes. You swap business models, learn new tools, pursue fresh audiences with fearless curiosity. Resilience is the backbone of perseverance, the electricity that pulses through your structure when storms batter its steel. It is not mere toughness. It is the art of bending without breaking, absorbing blows, and rebounding stronger. Lincoln endured personal tragedy, yet guided a divided nation through civil war. Oprah Winfrey overcame poverty and prejudice to build a multimedia empire. Your resilience is practiced every time you rise from rejection. An email returned unopened, a proposal declined, a project postponed. Each no chisels away fear until you stand sharper, self-assured, unyielding. Learning is the mortar that binds all elements. The mind expands, the spirit elevates, the skill set evolves. Jim Rohn advised that self-education is the fastest way to fortune. In the morning hour before distraction floods in, read biographies of innovators, listen to podcasts analyzing breakthroughs, study case studies of businesses that pivoted successfully. Learning is not rote memorization. It is active synthesis, applying new concepts to your work, testing hypotheses, iterating until you find what works. When you stop learning, you begin atrophy. Every sunrise welcomes fresh insights, drunk in small sips of reading, mentoring, and experimentation. As the sun climbs high and shadows shorten, feel the tapestry of success expanding around you. Mindset hammered into steel, belief molten and glowing, clarity sketched in precise lines, vision painted in vivid color, purpose drumming in your chest, discipline tightening every bolt, action driving every gear, gratitude polishing every surface, adaptability flexing every joint, resilience reinforcing every girder, learning infusing every beam with innovation. You have built by dawn a structure strong enough to withstand time, challenge, and doubt. When twilight descends, you will survey this edifice with quiet awe. You will see not the absence of struggle, but the triumph over it. You will recognize that success is not a destination at the horizon, but the architecture of your daily choices. And as the first stars appear, you will know you are both the architect and the artist of your destiny. And this is the truth about success.